My First Summer in the Sierra by John Muir. August the 1st. A grand cloudland and 5-minute shower. Refreshing and blessed wilderness. Already so fragrant and fresh, steeping the black meadow mold and dead leaves like tea. The wake up or flicker, so familiar to every boy in the old Middle West states, is one of the most common of the woodpeckers hereabouts, and makes one feel at home. I can see no difference in plumage or habits from the eastern species, though the climate here is so different. A fine, brave, confiding, beautiful bird. The robin, too, is here, with all his familiar notes and gestures, tripping daintily on open garden spots and high meadows. Over all America, he seems to be at home, moving from the plains to the mountains and from north to south, back and forth, up and down, with the march of the seasons and food supply. How admirable the constitution and temper of this brave singer, keeping the cheery health over so vast and varied a range. Oftentimes, as I wander through these solemn woods, awe-stricken and silent, I hear the reassuring voice of this fellow wanderer ringing out, sweet and clear, "Fear not, fear not." The mountain quail I often meet in my walks, a small brown partridge with a very long, slender, ornamental crest worn jauntily like a feather in a boy's cap, giving it a very marked appearance. This species is considerably larger than the valley quail, so common on the hot foothills. They seldom alight in trees, but love to wander in flocks of from 5 or 6 to 20 through the ceanothus and manzanita thickets, and over open, dry meadows and rocks of the ridges where the forest is less dense or wanting, uttering a low, clucking sound to enable them to keep together. When disturbed, they rise with a strong burr of wing beats and scatter as if exploded to a distance of a quarter of a mile or so. After the danger is past, they call one another together with a louder piping note, nature's beautiful mountain chickens. I have not yet found their nests. The young of this season are already hatched and away, new broods of happy wanderers half as large as their parents. I wonder how they live through the long winters, when the ground is snow-covered 10 feet deep. They must go down towards the lower edge of the forest, like the deer, though I have not heard of them there. The blue or dusky grouse is also common here. They like the deepest and closest fir woods, and when disturbed, burst from the branches of the trees with a strong, loud whir of wing beats, and vanish in a wavering, silent slide, without moving a feather. A stout, beautiful bird about the size of the prairie chicken of the Old West, spending most of the time in the trees, excepting the breeding season, when it keeps to the ground. The young are now able to fly. When scattered by man or dog, they keep still until the danger is supposed to be past. Then the mother calls them together. The chicks can hear the call, a distance of several hundred yards, though it is not loud. Should the young be unable to fly, the mother feigns desperate lameness or death to draw one away, throwing herself at one's feet within 2 or 3 yards, rolling over on her back, kicking and gasping, so as to deceive man or beast. They are said to stay all the year in the woods hereabouts, taking shelter in dense, tufted branches of fir and yellow pine during snowstorms, and feeding on the young buds of these trees. Their legs are feathered down to their toes, and I have never heard of their suffering in any sort of weather. Able to live on pine and fir buds, they are forever independent in the matter of food, which troubles so many of us and controls our movements. Gladly, if I could, I would live forever on pine buds, however full of turpentine and pitch, for the sake of this grand independence. Just to think of our sufferings last month merely for grist mill flour. Man seems to have more difficulty in gaining food than any other of the Lord's creatures. For many in towns, it is a consuming, lifelong struggle. For others, the danger of coming to want is so great, the deadly habit of endless hoarding for the future is formed, which smothers all real life, and is continued long after every reasonable need has been oversupplied. On Mount Hoffman, I saw a curious dove-colored bird that seemed half woodpecker, half magpie or crow. It screams something like a crow, but flies like a woodpecker and has a long, straight bill, with which I saw it opening the cones of the mountain and wide-barked pines. It seems to keep to the heights, though no doubt it comes down for shelter during winter, if not for food. So far as food is concerned, these bird mountaineers, I guess, can glean nuts enough, even in winter, from the different conifers, for always there are a few that have been unable to fly out of the cones and remain for hungry winter gleaners.